Good evening. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight for the City of Groton Police Department award ceremony. You noticed by number of children here, a lot of children, officers, and family, and a terrific group. Secondarily, we have legacy police officers here today, so you may see some of the young ladies and some young men that fill the roles of the whole department. To start out tonight with a few comments. It is unprecedented the level of vitriol, violence, and venom is directed at frontline law enforcement personnel. Therefore, it's incredibly important that when the people that loyally serve their community and go above and beyond be recognized. It's crucial. And we do everything we can in our department to do that, and they make it easy for us because they go above and beyond all the time. Tonight we're going to recognize officers from other departments as well. They came forward to help us out, not just with major investigations, but operationally. And the first individual I'm going to call forward the retired Chief Jeff Nixon from the Groton Long Point Police Department. Chief Nixon. I won't make this stand at attention like the you guys do when they go through. The Chief Nixon, the City of Groton has partnered for several years with Safe Futures to meet the needs and to protect the victims of domestic violence. It is critical in a community policing format that trust is built between disciplines seeking to advocate for those affected by this issue and ensure the cycle of abuse is broken. We all seek safety for the victim and children in particular and accountability for the offender. A pioneer locally in ensuring this occurs and building trust between advocates and participating police agencies has been Groton Long Point Chief Jeff Nixon. His integrity, his work ethic, and his voice has been a strong factor in the success of this program. Chief Nixon has been of great assistance to the citizens not only of Groton Long Point, but the City of Groton in this noble effort. He has done training for our personnel as well as regional agencies, and he's even lectured on the state-of-the-art approach that we have here in southeastern Connecticut and China. His efforts have been effective in breaking the cycle and ensuring positive outcomes for family at risk. This is the type of work that endures and can be built upon by others. Chief Nixon has recently retired after over 3 decades of service in law enforcement. He leaves a legacy of service and a program that will endure, evolve, and continue to meet the needs of the most vulnerable. He has been a great ally to the City of Groton Police Department as we have sought to meet our mission, and he will be missed. We wish him the best of luck as he now moves on from the front lines to the classroom, as he will prepare as a college professor locally, preparing tomorrow's officers and law enforcement professionals. Thank you, Chief Nixon, for all you've done for our region and the City of Groton. I recognize you with this Chief's Award, a patch from the City of Groton for our thanks. And I guess you'll have to put that on your suit coat now. And Jeff, I have already messed up the protocol. I'd have to come back up forward. You can be recognized by the Secretary of State's office, Senator Summers, signed also by our 2 regional representatives, Representative Delacruz and Representative Collins.
Good evening. We have a citation from the legislature that was signed today, and I will just read it quickly. It says, "We hereby note to all the Connecticut General Assembly offers its most sincere congratulations." It says retired Groton Long Point. It says retired right here, just in case you forget. In recognition of receiving the Chief's Award for your career work with Safe Futures, and we offer our sincerest congratulations on this achievement and extend our gratitude for your service and the duty to your community. And the entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion. It was signed today, the 22nd day of October, and it was signed by the President Pro Tem Mark Rooney, the Speaker of the House, Joe Aronowitz, and the Secretary of State, James Carroll. Congratulations.
The next Chiefs Award goes to a frequent recipient of Chiefs Awards. Does an outstanding job for us. Also already come forward. This award here is particularly indicative of the drive of an investigator to bring a criminal to justice and get not only someone brought to accountability, but to get closure for the family. On April 22nd, 2017, City of Groton police personnel responded with EMS to a reported heroin overdose of the residents in the city of Groton. The 37-year-old man was unresponsive and was pronounced dead at the scene. Discovered during the investigation of the death was one used syringe, 1/3 full of an unknown liquid. Also discovered was a metal spoon with white powder residue upon its surface, one plastic baggie, and what with white powder residue in the cell phone of the deceased. Forensic analysis of the residue found a speedball mix of heroin and cocaine. Analysis of the cell phone of the deceased found that the deceased had purchased the substance locally, and the City of Groton Police immediately coordinated with the Drug Enforcement Agency and the New Haven Task Force to identify the source and the dealer. It is a point of professional emphasis to work to identify the source of a narcotics overdose to stop its repeat. Officer Paul Ruddy took evidence at scene literally to the courtroom for prosecution. His ability and tenacity ultimately identified the dealer and brought into federal prosecution, resulting in a conviction. Officer Ruddy was recognized by John H. Dunham, United States Attorney for the District of Connecticut, for his efforts, diligence, and professionalism. In a case presented by Assistant U.S. Attorney Jocelyn Courtley Cadalsonis, an accused was sentenced to 3 years in prison for sale of the poison that killed a City of Groton resident. Officer Ruddy's efforts here are in the highest traditions of the City of Groton Police Department and indicative of this agency's commitment to fighting the opioid and heroin epidemic afflicting our state and region. Outstanding job, Officer Ruddy. Thank you. We wanted you to stay up here. We're going to give you a recognition for the Secretary of State.
Again, we have a citation for you. This is, again, from the General Assembly, and it reads very similarly. You here known to all, the General Assembly recognizes you tonight, Officer Paul Ruddy, for receiving the Chief's Award and your work in the heroin source investigation with a federal conviction. We offer our most sincere congratulations on this achievement and extend our gratitude for your service and duty to this community. The entire membership wishes you the very best and hopes for your most continued success. And it was signed today at the Capitol by all those people, President Pro Tem, you're going to be like saying it by the time that we're done here. But congratulations, we're very, very proud.
That is I believe the fifth Chiefs Award received by Officer Ruddy during his service to the City of Groton. The way he works and his work ethic and his ability to lift double digits before time. Outstanding officer. We have the Officer of the Year awards that we give out, and we had 3 officers that were nominated for the position. I'm going to give Chiefs Awards out to the officers that were nominated, because to be nominated, you have to be nominated by a sergeant and second by another sergeant. The first one will be Officer Jason Hoffman. There's a lot of people that serve in law enforcement, and it can be difficult to quantify in statistics what they do, but it's easy to qualify. Officer Hoffman makes a difference, and he does the little things that make the big things happen. Coming to work daily with a positive attitude, Officer Hoffman quietly, without fanfare, helps others. He volunteers locally and with his church service group to help others, and quietly went out of his way to assist a brother officer from our agency in a recent family crisis. But he did so without being asked and without advertising his good deeds, reflective of his great character. He recently received a meritorious service award in disarming a man seeking suicide by cop. That in a lot of agencies could have gone the other way. His incredible restraint and his respect for other people kept that from being a weapon incident and a successful outcome. He was described in a nomination for Officer of the Year by his immediate supervisor as a, quote, truly good person, and he is. His effort this past year are affirmed, acknowledged, and appreciated, and he's recognized for superior community service. Officer Howard, thank you.
We have a citation for you also, and this is in recognition and extending its most sincere congratulations to Officer Jason Hoffman for receiving the Chief's Award for your volunteer work with local faith groups. We offer our sincerest congratulations on this achievement and gratitude for your service to our community, and we extend the very best wishes for your most continued success. Congratulations.
The next officer I'm going to recognize is our liaison officer of the Community Speaks Out. We partner with them locally, and we seek to gateway people that are addicted to treatment. The officer involved is bilingual and has been a great asset in outreach to stakeholders in our community. So Officer Alejandro Rosa, I'll come forward, please. And like Officer Ruddy, he has numbers on his Chief's Award. He's starting to get a collection, which I'd like to see. Thank you. He's a legacy police officer who was chosen the city of Groton to serve him. He served as our liaison officer of the Community Speaks Out, fighting local opioid issues. He aggressively patrol checks our community overnight to curb DWI offenders and to deter commercial burglary. He's volunteered mentoring at-risk youth in a local boxing gym. This very innocent-looking individual is a very good hand fighter, and all guy to give a hard time to if you're inclined to do so. He was awarded an agency life-saving medal recently in his role in saving a suicidal man's life. He was out with Officer Hoffman, and as I stated earlier, that easily could have gone the other way. He was described by his immediate supervisor as steady, dependable, and committed in his efforts this past year. They are affirmed, acknowledged, and appreciated, and we recognize you for superior community service. Thank you.
Hello, sir. We have an official citation for you also. And again, the entire General Assembly offers its most sincere congratulations to Officer Alejandro Rosa. Receiving the Chief's Award for your work with Community Speaks Out, we offer our sincerest congratulations for this achievement and extend our very best wishes for your most continued success. And thank you for all you do to the community, for the community. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
The next officer is our officer of the year, and if you could call forward Detective Daniel Grimm. Detective Grimm literally had a career of arrests in the last year. We had a home invasion in the city, solved. We had a shooting case down at Branford Manor, solved. We had car burglaries, numerous of them. We took great pride in being one of the 10 safest places to live, but our burglary numbers are going to be way up. But we did solve it. Outstanding job. Attempted kidnapping, which we'll talk about more later, solved. Recent car thefts, solved. But here's something that a lot of people don't get recognized for that they should. Dan served in the United States Marine Corps. Dan is one of the Law Enforcement Council's instructors on the active shooter program. Dan has worked very closely with Dr. Nick Spear at the Magnet School, come up with an outstanding protocol that we can keep our kids safe. It will soon be a Class M high school located within the city of Groton. We're not going to talk much more about it because we're trying to keep what we do secretly. We don't want it advertised in the London Day. But I can tell you that it is excellent and indicative of his commitment. And he did it with very little fanfare. Went out there and was just a consummate professional making sure that happened. During the past year, Detective Grimm has distinguished himself with his total commitment to this community. He has a tireless work ethic and has dedicated his time and worked exhausting hours to bring cases to successful resolution. His efforts were critical in his focus on working with others in a team concept, solve a home invasion, shooting, and the attempted kidnapping of a teenage girl. He is a family man and a role model to the younger officers in our agency. Detective Dan Grimm quite simply makes a difference. He's locally raised and educated, and he's a Falcon forever at heart. His efforts are affirmed, acknowledged, and appreciated, and he is recognized as our officer of the year. Thank you.
No.
It's you, so I'm just making sure this is the appropriate one at the appropriate time. Can I just say, the cutest thing I ever saw was your little girl just say to that little boy, "That's my dad." Do you want to come up and help give your dad this award? So we have another award for you. I feel like that's what we do for you, which is awesome. He's going to have a wall with the same citation signed by the same people. This one reads a little differently. It's the General Assembly congratulates Detective Daniel Grimm, receiving the Emeritus Service Medal. We offer our sincere congratulations on this achievement, extending our gratitude for your service and your duty to our community. And the entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion, and the Express for Your Most Continued Success signed today, October 22nd, by President Pro Tem Martin Looney, Speaker of the House Joseph Ursulowicz, and Secretary of State. So, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The next case coming up turned out to be quite a whodunit, and we solved it quickly. I'm incredibly proud of the members of the City of Groton Police Department. Incredibly and forever indebted, and thank you to a sketch artist from the Stony Police Department. Continued legacy of great work by a dispatcher on the desk, and we often forget the other people that take the calls in the middle of the night, make sure we go to the right places and get it done. They don't often get the recognition that they deserve. We also had great help from the Connecticut State Trooper, TOC Jonathan Kaufman. The Connecticut State Police is down to about 900 troopers, where they should be authorized at about a little under 1,400. So he cannot be here this evening. I have his plaque here, and I also wanted to indicate that you're seeing an increasing number of law enforcement officers who have served their community in a multitude of fashions. One of the ways that they serve is on boards, elected and appointed, and we're fortunate to have one here who is a Connecticut State Trooper, Councilor Rashad Carter, and I'm going to give his medal, his plaque, and a patch from our agency in commemoration. I know you can get it through interdepartmental too. And if I could have the Stonington officials come forward, and Officer Holden. On June 25th, 2018, at approximately 3:07 p.m., a 16-year-old female was walking alone in the area of Shore Avenue and South Prospect Street. The female victim reported by 911 that a male who was hidden in the bushes did grab her and forcibly attempt to abduct her. He tried to force her into a nearby pickup truck, but the female was able to fight back and avoid abduction. This crime shook our community. Detective Sergeant Travis Winkleman did take immediate charge of the investigation with the assistance of Detective Dan Grimm and Corporal David Holiday, held interviews, and were able to acquire evidence from the victim. Assisting our efforts was Officer Thomas Holian, who came to our aid from our neighboring Stony Police Department. Through his skill, a sketch was made of the suspect in the case. With a tremendous outpouring of public assistance, the City of Groton Police Department was able to identify a suspect quickly in this case. The suspect with a long history of similar offenses was on parole. By June 28th, this agency had acquired search warrants for the suspect's vehicle and person and his DNA from a judge of the Superior Court. Despite being under surveillance by a neighboring police agency, the suspect was able to elude police and attempt to flee to Florida. City of Groton Police Dispatcher Sandy Burns alertly assisted city police detectives by pinging the cell phone of the fleeing felony suspect located on I-95 in the New Haven area. She also put out a BOLO alert to Troop G, Connecticut State Police, with a vehicle and suspect description. TOC Kaufman of the State Police was able to spot and stop the suspect, literally finding the needle in the haystack. The quick actions of both Dispatcher Burns and TOC Kaufman ended the flight of this felon. Their actions allowed for interview and search warrant execution. By June 29th, this agency had a DNA hit on the accused in this case from evidence recovered by the City of Groton police detectives. On July 6th, City of Groton detectives did execute an arrest warrant upon the accused in this case, who is the serial offender and dangerous convicted felon. The actions of all involved are in the highest traditions of not only their agencies, but of law enforcement profession. To take a case this complex from the scene to a DNA hit and an arrest in 10 days is indicative of the detective's skills, dedication, and effort involved to keep the City of Groton safe. I thank all involved. I want to first recognize Officer Holey, and I'm going to make some comments about individually. His sketch and his skill, the education, he wanted to be an artist apparently before he became a police officer. And probably never thinking he was going to put those skills to work. And my God, he drew a yearbook picture of the accused in this case, and we were inundated with calls. Also, I want to recognize Chief Stewart from the Stonington Police Department, who was very helpful to me with people involved. And Stonington is a great friend and neighbor. Anything we needed, we had it from the get-go. Again, Patrolman Holian, I'm going to give you a patch from our agency as part of our gratitude, a medal, this plaque, and if you can get him his ball cap. And this ball cap with our gratitude. Thank you, sir. The awards issued by the Secretary of State, his first selectman and selectman crew will come here to recognize you as well, Officer Holian, so you can come back up.
I want the Groton City Council to know what a gem they have in their police chief.
Absolutely.
Your gain is our loss.
Yes, it is. Thank
Chief
you.
Spellman comes from a family that has a distinguished political background in the town of Stonington. His father was the longest-serving first selectman in the history of the town. I served with his brother Steve in the Connecticut General Assembly. I was a representative. Steve was a senator. We had a terrific relationship. And then just a few years ago, Mike and I ran for first and second selectman. We were both successful, and he was my sidekick and partner for 2 years before something better came along, and you got him. But I want to offer kudos to Chief Spellman for his great work. I'm here with John Prue, my selectman partner, and Darren Stewart, our police chief. Come on forward here, Darren. I started my political career as a chairman of the Board of Police Commissioners 30 years ago, having come back from Vietnam. And having come back from Vietnam after 4 years, I discovered the American people had turned against the American soldier and veteran, treated them badly, called them names, spat on them. But I was only there for 4 years. Our men and women in blue today are on duty every day, all day, year after year after year after year. And I have to say, it disappoints me and angers me the way they are treated in our country today for the service that they provide. Also, their families, who don't know from day to day what's going to happen, whether they're going to come home. This is just a terrible situation for us to have in this country, and I extend my thanks to all of the police officers here tonight and all of their families for the wonderful service they provide to our community, and I give them a round. Being said, I better get down to business or I get thrown out of here. The office of the first selectman and selectman of the town of Stonington offer an official commendation to Patrolman Thomas Holian in recognition of receiving the Meritorious Service Medal from the City of Groton Police Department for his efforts in assisting in the 2018 attempted kidnapping case and subsequent arrest of a suspect based on Patrolman Holian's specialized training in police sketch artistry. Given this 22nd day of October, signed by me and my cohort, John Prue, and I know the police chief is with us on that as well. Come forward, let's have a photo here. There you go, all right? Congratulations.
One more.
Yes, we have the names all here for this. Thank you so much for what you've done. I can say that I live in the city, I have friends in the city, and the work that you did, and the fact that our city police department, in conjunction with Stonington, was able to apprehend that suspect so quickly, especially for the women in the city, really helped us feel secure. A lot of us have young daughters, and knowing how quickly everybody reacted was just a wonderful feeling. And I can tell you that Chief Spellman talked about your next career as an artist, because you did such a great job that your sketch, I don't know if you said this, was like a yearbook photo. It was so particular. And we have a citation for you here. Again, be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly offers its most sincere congratulations to Patrolman Thomas, how do you say your last name? Holian. In recognition of receiving the Meritorious Service Medal, we offer our most sincere congratulations on this achievement and extend our gratitude for your service and the duty to all of our communities. And it was signed today by the President Pro Tem, the Secretary of State, and the Speaker of the House, and we extend our most sincere congratulations and wish her most continued success and celebrate today as a memorable occasion. Thank you so much.
Lieutenant Groton, if you could escort the mother of our dispatcher, I really appreciate it. The next individual we're going to recognize is Dispatcher Sandy Burns. If she can come forward. The recognition that they deserve. Sandy does a phenomenal job for us. She, I actually talked about her retirement to keep her in here because she is a valued member of our team here. Her work here can't be stated enough. But she got them to pay the cell phone was not an easy thing to do, and no doubt kept a fleeing felon from getting out of state, getting in Florida. She does this every day. She works hard for us. She's that calm voice here on the other side of the phone. I can't say enough good things about Dispatcher Burns, and please don't retire anytime soon. I'm going to give you your plaque. I'm going to have your mom give you your plaque.
Not only is she fantastic at her job, but every time I come visit, she's always smiling and super friendly, which is great. So we have an official citation for you also from the General Assembly, recognizing our most sincere congratulations to Dispatcher Sandy Burns in recognition of receiving the Meritorious Service Award. We offer our most sincere congratulations on this occasion and on your achievement and gratitude for your service to all the communities. And the entire membership extends its very best wishes on this occasion, and they express for the hope for your most continued success, and it's signed today by all those people that I keep repeating. Congratulations.
And on a familiar refrain, I'm going to call it forward one more time, Detective Daniel Grimm. It was Dan's arrest warrant, Dan's case. Danny did phenomenal work. When I came up in the Connecticut State Police, we had a gentleman who served as a Marine Sergeant in Vietnam, Dan being a former Marine. One thing he always said to us is, watch, and if women jog alone in the community that you police, then the police coverage is sufficient. If you don't see that, it's time to pick up the other. Our Pfizer employees jog along, and we're proud of it. We're glad that we have that. It's a point of professional pride in our agency that women are safe here in our community. And Dan, you put the hours in. Mrs. Grimm, thank you for sharing with us as much as you did in this case. And Dan was just simply outstanding for this work. Thank you for all that. You got a two for and rate yourself in cases you'll get hurt in. The next one I want to call for is Corporal David Holiday. The thing that struck me in Corporal Holiday's work on this case was during the interview. We're in a position where Captain Jenkins and I were observing the interview, and Dave Holiday was a consummate professional, treated the individual with respect, got the information that allowed us to move information forward, and was always there in this case, assisting everybody, keeping people advised. And Dave, you hold the rank of corporal. You've got a very bright future in this agency. Keep taking promotional exams. We need people of your integrity and ability to move this agency forward. And thank you, Dave, for your service.
For you, Corporate David Holiday, we have a special recognition for you for receiving the Meritorious Service Medal. We offer our most sincere congratulations on this achievement and extend our gratitude for your service and for all the service you provide to the community. The entire membership of the General Assembly extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and hope in the express his hope for your most continued success of his son today at the Capitol. Congratulations.
And last but certainly not least, Detective Sergeant Travis will please come forward. I worked for quite a while in the Connecticut State Police Major Crime Unit, and I like to be hands-on guy. It's difficult for me to step back at times, but you can't micromanage people. And when you have people with the ability, the integrity, and the drive of Detective Sergeant Travis Winkleman, good things are going to happen. I came in, I don't like cases like this. When you come in, I don't like them happening in my community. I take great pride, and I look at Groton City as my community. Travis Winkleman feels the same way, and I shares those values. I'll never forget anytime going across that contest. I was incredibly proud of him that he did that. I never had to interject myself much into the investigation. He kept me notified all the way through. I just acquired assets, argued with people over the phone, bullied through people into a DNA analysis as quick as we could get. But Travis Winkleman is a leader. And he really did a phenomenal job here. As a young man, he served our country in the Army. He's been overseas. He has a very bright future in this agency. As I said to Dave, I'll say to you too. We need leaders in this agency. We need people who move it forward. You know how I feel. I don't want to hear I am me. I want to hear we and us. And you do a phenomenal job, Travis. Thank you for everything you did, particularly on this case.
And this is for Detective Sergeant Travis Winkleman in recognition of receiving the Meritorious Service Medal. We offer our most sincere congratulations on this achievement and extend our gratitude for your service and for your duty to our community. And again, the entire membership expresses its most continued success for you to go forward and hope that you can enjoy this memorable occasion. And it was signed today at the state capitol. Congratulations from all of us. And I would just like to say, could everybody please stand and recognize these men and women that have done so much for our community. Thank you. This is one of the first events that I've seen like this in the communities that I represent, so I would like to thank the council for allowing the chief to do this, and a special thanks to Chief Spellman, because I think this is such a special thing to do for the people that work so hard for our community. Thank you very much. Where are you?
And we will adjourn shortly for photographs, and we have a cake, and you'll notice the hashtag on the cake says City of Groton Pride. And everyone in here, we have tremendous pride in the City of Groton. We love serving this community. It's a special place, and we get it. And thank you all for coming. Very few places you fill a room like this. And I was talking the other night at the law enforcement officers banquet about the support networks that law enforcement officers have. And anyone in here that's a spouse or a parent of a law enforcement officer, I'm sorry, Mr. President, I can say it again, because you count too, the thin goal line counts too. Please stand so we can recognize you. You're the true dignitaries of the support network, and make those guys do what they do. Thank you. Well, we have cake and coffee. Thank you.
Hey, this concludes the ceremony. Please make your way to the auditorium. Or out in the lobby. Sorry, my apologies. Out to the lobby. Council, I will. Do you want 5 minutes, or do you want to go into the meeting?
Why don't we take 5 minutes?
Yeah, I say take 5.
Take 5. Thank you. Not a problem. Thank you for being here.